Happy birthday, everybody. Welcome to Seriously, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. Today on Seriously, we are exploring the least new cereal from General Mills that has ever hit store shelves. Here it is, Kelce Mix. Now, I say this is new because it is a brand new box and name featuring the Kelce brothers, but this is actually not a new cereal at all, as it's really just a mix of three classic General Mills cereals: Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Reese's Puffs. If you're not aware, Travis and Jason Kelce are famous for being football players. Travis is a current tight end with the Kansas City Chiefs and has won 3 Super Bowls, and Jason is a former center for the Philadelphia Eagles and has won 1 Super Bowls. Perhaps most importantly, at the time of this recording at least, Travis is also in a relationship with Taylor Swift. It's very likely that you watching this video know far more than I do about all the people I just mentioned. So let me end this introduction to them by saying, right? I mean, I think all the information I just gave is correct, but feel free to let me know if I messed anything up in the comments below. Interestingly, this is not the first overlap the Kelce brothers have had with the cereal world. In 2022, a special edition Frosted Flakes type of cereal called Kelce's Crunch appeared for a very limited time in Hy-Vee stores around Kansas City. However, today's cereal is unrelated to that one and instead has its roots in episode 67 of the Kelce brothers podcast called New Heights. On that episode, Travis and Jason answered a fan question by listing their top 5 cereals, and General Mills must have been over the moon and grateful for the free advertising, since both of their top 3 choices were all General Mills cereal. To celebrate, General Mills recruited them into a cross-marketing super scheme, and the result is this cereal mix. Now, even before we try this cereal, this is a great moment to discuss how we feel about the very idea of cereal mixes. Are you a cereal mixer? Should cereals be combined? If they are combined, should they receive brand new names like this one? Personally, I almost never mix cereals, with the notable exception of making Chex Mix, but I never actually eat Chex Mix as a breakfast cereal, so I'm not even sure that counts. Having done a bit of soul searching about this topic over the past few weeks, I've actually come to a personal conclusion. I think mixing cereals is wrong. I'm a purist in that way, I guess. I believe that cereal manufacturers are working tirelessly to perfect the cereal eating experience for all of us. They spend millions of dollars a year on R&D and taste testing and focus groups. I think the level of American freedom that allows us, the masses, to mix cereals is dangerous. And we should show a stronger national trust in our cereal companies, trusting them as experts to give us the best version possible of their cereals straight from the box. Now, all that said, we're going to do just the opposite today. We're not only going to try this mix, but we're also going to take these 3 cereals and make a homemade Kelce mix of our own and compare the taste. But what do you think? I'd love for you to let me know in the comments if you've already tried this cereal, what you thought. Or if you haven't tried it, let me know if you think you're going to pick it up. Because maybe you've got the same questions as me. Will eating 3 cereals in a single bowl make the experience 3 times as good? Or will having too many ingredients, marshmallows and oats and peanut butter and chocolate and cinnamon and sugar, just overload our senses and cancel everything out? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, you deserve to win a Super Bowls. But would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video? That would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls, I have got my spoon, I've got my trusty milk, and of course, I've got the cereal of the hour, Kelce Mix. I am noticing, looking at my video setup here, that there are Kelce brothers popping their little heads out all over the place here. That's a little bit freaky to me, so let's get this thing started. So let us open this mix of mix from the Kelce brothers mix. See what it's like. But I do think this is a good opportunity to take a look at the bag itself. Just glancing at it, can you see the problem already? I can tell you there are far too few marshmallows in this bag. It smells weird. It smells like all the things you like, but at the same time. That ain't right. Well, looking at the bowl, it has all the ingredients, and I would say it has one additional ingredient: tons of dust. Mixing these three cereals together has resulted in an extremely beige and brown cereal. If for nothing else, if not for taste, they should have added more marshmallows in it just so it would look a little bit better. If I move it around and dig through it, some of the marshmallows come out, but check out these Reese's Puffs pieces. They've become so boring in here. Boy, you think they would have gone through all this trouble and made it look better, not blander. Let me see now if I can grab enough things from the mix in order to taste this dry. Yeah, I think I did it. Okay, let's try Kelce Mix Dry. Oh, yuck. I do not like it. I like parts of it, but I don't like them combined. I taste the Reese's Puffs. I taste the Cinnamon Toast Crunch little squares. I taste a few of the oat cereal pieces, and the odd marshmallow kind of makes an appearance. None of them are strong. None of them are useful. I am not a fan, at least dry. I'm really curious. I watched the Kelce Brothers podcast episode on YouTube where they listed their top 5 cereals. Nowhere on that podcast did they say they should mix those cereals together. So I know that they have to market this way, that they like it, but I wonder if they do like it. Or if they just were like, oh, sure, put our name on it. That'll be great. We'll make some videos about it to promote it. In reality, maybe they would have been way better off asking them to create a variation on one of their favorite cereals. But who am I? I am no Super Bowl star yet. Still, let's give this a try with milk, see if that changes anything. I suspect it's going to make it weirder. Friends, let us give a try to Kelce Mixed Cereal from General Mills in milk. Messy. On the verge of gross for me is how I feel about this cereal. I'm telling you, something is up here. It's not just that there are 3 cereals. It truly, not just in color, but in taste, has become more bland. All of them have been dialed down a little bit. I wonder if there is some unifying dust that's been put on these, or just because they've been tumbling around with each other, if the dust has kind of congealed over all of them to make everything sort of taste the same but wrong. I don't know if that makes any sense. One more go. I really want to amplify the experience with all these marshmallows. So I'm going to hunt down a bunch of marshmallows that I can use, if that's even possible. Well, I got a few on here. All right, let's try this one more time. Nah, this is not for me. Let me tell you the biggest problem, absolutely the biggest problem here. The oat cereal pieces from the Lucky Charms. They add absolutely nothing. They're getting in the way of the other flavors, although that's weird to say because I want things to get in the way of these flavors. I'm trying to compartmentalize them in my mouth, which is not working at all. The combination, the actual mix part of Kelce Mix is not good. I have got to give Kelce Mix a 0.5. The 0.5 itself only comes from the memory of other cereal experiences that you've had that you like. I do not like this. I don't think adding these all together adds anything to the enjoyment of this cereal. It massively takes it away for me. But I told you that we are going to not just try this, we're going to see what it's like to make our own Kelce Mix. So I do want to open these 3 boxes of cereal up, make our own mix, swivel it around, and see what it's like. See if it's any better. Maybe something got lost in the manufacturing process. Let's check it out. Automatically, this was tons more marshmallows than was in the Kelce Mix. This looks like an awesome amount of marshmallows. Yeah, listen, I can absolutely tell you that these Cinnamon Toast Crunch pieces are differently beautiful than these Cinnamon Toast Crunch pieces in the Kelce Mix. These originals have visible swirls and a darker contrast in the cinnamon areas versus the sugar areas. These are bland as bland can be, straight up. Looks like they are tan, and tan is dumb. Same thing here. These are obviously several different levels of brown and tan and beige. There is a contrast here that is absolutely not visible in the Kelce mix. They're a slight variation, but they're dusted over in a way where you can't see it. Also, just on a side note, did you notice I added 3 cups of cereal almost to this bowl? I had no idea. I was pouring 3 cups of cereal in every one of these bowls every time I do one of these reviews. That seems like a lot to me. Is that true? Anywho, now it's time to mix it up and see if we get something that looks like the Kelce mix. Honestly, there seems to be more marshmallows. They seem to be bigger in my homemade mix. And the thing that is delighting me the most is absolutely there is a huge visual difference. Not just because this one has been sitting in milk for a while. This has a vibrancy to it that is sorely lacking in the Kelce mix. They made it worse. Let's put some milk on this and give a try to our homemade Kelce mix. See what that's like. Infinitely better. Honestly, I would give homemade Kelce mix a 3 out of 5. It similarly has all of the flavors you love, but they are avoiding a odd congealing that made this kind of gross to me. They are avoiding a sloppiness, a messiness. There is a clarity of cereal differences in our homemade mix that if you are so inclined that you must mix cereals, absolutely do it yourself. Yeah, it's 1 box versus 3 that you're going to buy, but if you ever get the hankering, you can just eat them separately. This one you can't unless you're going to pick them all out, but then they'd still probably taste gross because they've got that combining dust on them. That might be a literal thing, like they actually put some sort of new dust to combine them at the factory, or it could just be them rubbing up against each other for too long makes it that way. Either way, having them separate at the start is definitely better. Kelce brothers, get out of here. What are you guys doing? I'm so glad you like cereal. That's nice. But mixing them all together and putting your name on it, bad move. It did not go the way that I think we all hoped for you guys. It got worse. You did a bad job. Let's just take the cereals we love. Let's take them one at a time and enjoy them the way they were meant to be enjoyed. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate. We're hoping that it helps us keep our own tight ends for many years to come. And now, it's enough. If you want to try today's cereal for yourself, it was released about a month ago exclusively at Walmart. And right now at walmart.com, you can even get this, a special edition numbered box. If you're a collector like me, even though I don't like the cereal, this is actually pretty cool. It looks like a little locker. It's got like, it opens up. Ooh, look at that. And then you can see that they are all individually numbered. I got number 803. And if you do get one of these, I'd love to hear what number you got down in the comments. Now listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.